in need. When you arrive into the promised land, you must be very careful lest you be corrupted by the horrible customs of the nations now living there. For example, any Israeli who presents his child to be burned to death at the sacrifice to heathen gods must be killed. No Israeli may practice black magic or call on evil spirits for aid, or be a fortune teller, or be a serpent charmer, medium, or wizard, or call forth the spirits of the dead. Any Anyone doing these things is an object of horror and disgust to the Lord. And it is because the nations do these things that the Lord your God will displace them. You must walk blamelessly before the Lord your God. The nations you replace all do these evil things, but the Lord your God will not permit you to do such things. Instead, he will raise up for you a prophet like me, an Israeli, a man to whom you must listen and whom you must obey. For this is what you yourselves begged of God at Mount Horeb. There at the foot of the mountain you begged that you might not have to listen to any terrifying voice of God again, or see the awesome fire on the mountain, lest you die. All right, the Lord said to me, I will do as they have requested. I will raise up from among them a prophet, Israeli like you. I will tell him what to say, and he shall be my spokesman to the people. I will personally deal with anyone who will not listen to him and heed his message from me. But any prophet who falsely claims that his message is from me shall die. And any prophet who claims to give a message from other gods must die. If you wonder, how shall we, whether the prophecy is from our Lord or not? This is the way to know. If the thing he prophesies doesn't happen, it is not the Lord who has given him this message. He has made it up himself. You have nothing to fear from him. Deuteronomy 19. When the Lord your God has destroyed the nations you will displace, and when you are living in their cities and homes, you must set apart the 3 cities of refuge so that anyone who accidentally kills someone may flee to safety. Divide the country into 3 districts, with one of these cities in each district, and keep the roads to these cities in good repair. Excuse me. Here is an example of the purpose of these cities. If a man goes into the forest with his neighbor to chop wood, and the axe heads fly off the handle and kills the man's neighbor, he may flee to one of these cities and be safe. Anyone seeking to avenge the death will not be able to. These cities must be scattered so that no one of them will be reasonably close to everyone. Otherwise, the angry avenger might catch and kill the innocent slayer, even though he should not have died, since he had not killed deliberately. If the Lord enlarges your boundaries as he promised your ancestors, he gives you all the land he promised. Whether he does this depends on your obedience to all these commandments I am giving you today, loving the Lord your God and walking in his paths. Then you must designate 3 additional cities of refuge. In this way, you will be able to avoid the death of innocent people, and you will not be held responsible for unjustified bloodshed. But if anyone hates his neighbor and springs out of hiding and kills him, and then flees into the city of refuge, the elders of the hometown shall send for him, and shall bring him home and deliver him over to the dead man's avenger to kill him. Don't pity him. Purge all murderers from Israel. Only then will all go well with you. When you arrive in the land of the Lord your God is giving you, remember that you must never steal a man's land by moving the boundary markers. Never convict anyone on testimony of 1 witness. There must be at least 2, and 3 even better. If anyone gives false witness, claiming he has seen someone do wrong when he hasn't, both men shall be brought before the priests and judges on duty before the Lord at that time. They must be closely questioned, and if the witness is lying, his penalty shall be the punishment he thought the other man would get. In this way you will purge out evil from among you. Then those who hear about it will be afraid to tell lies on the witness stand. You shall not show pity to a false witness. Life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot. This is your rule in such cases. When you go to, Deuteronomy 20, when you go to war,